Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Part 29, or more aptly put, the game formerly known as Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. We haven't seen him in a while because we're Phoenix, and this dude's back. How absolutely messed up is it that this dude shows back up in the game before Maya? Maya may not even be in the game for all I know, which is kind of fucked, if I'm being honest. Like, I mean, if you're gonna bring back legacy characters, come on, man. Just seems kind of weird that they, like, have danced around her existence. And they haven't even really danced around their existence, but it's just kind of weird that she hasn't even been mentioned a single time in the game. I don't know. Down on the hands, floor in the head, now. What's the big idea of my ears? No unauthorized personnel are allowed in here. What was your name? I really don't remember. I just remember the joke about him being a pussy slayer at some point in the last game. Well, I say last game. I meant, you know, in the game he was last in the first Phoenix Wright Let's Play. But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed. Zoink! Scoob! I need to say it like that is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, even my wallet. We've met before, haven't we? On a case 2 years ago? No recollection of that, sir. If I would probably remember that. I remember most important people. Huh? For me, working on a case is always in the present progressive tense, sir. There's no past, there's only now, sir. Okay, you're the bailiff, right? Yes, sir. Court Bailiff Mike Meekins at your service, sir. I've asked to meet with the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape. Well, that could not possibly be me, sir. Let me try and make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me! But you were a regular police officer once, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir. Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. You were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing? I'm dying over here! Oh, whoa, it's a hard knock life, sir! Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, even my wallet. I guess I wasn't the only victim. You ever seen a real-life gun before? Any thoughts on this, Mr. Meekins? This is an honor! Sir, I've offered my opinions on plenty of things, even things I know nothing about. But no one's ever asked for my opinion before. There's no need to shout, really. So, no opinion? None! I know nothing about that, sir. But I thought, never mind. The last time we met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform. Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this, but last year tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me. That takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing. So here I am, sir, forced to start from square one, a lowly bailiff. But your uniform, I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired. That can't be legal. Who's gonna stop me? I've got this gun! So you were the one who let the magician get away that day? I'm dying over here! A star rises among the court bailiffs, full of hope, then tragedy strikes. End quote. They are the same character. They are literally the same character. Now, do I feel that way because I give them the same voice? Maybe. But they're the same character. They have 2 of the same characters, and like Maya has been deleted from existence. And so many of the other better legacy characters. I mean, at least Gumshoe got to show up briefly. I don't know. It just feels like they've brought back some weird legacy characters. Which, I mean, I guess it's just this guy. Emma makes sense. Gumshoe's cameo was fine. That's about how much I wanted. Didn't need much more than that. But this guy? I feel like, hasn't there been another legacy character that I thought was kind of a weird choice? Maybe not. Oh yeah, there's this weird Phoenix guy. He shows up every once in a while. What's up with him? He wasn't even, like, important in the original trilogy. about Zach Gramarye's disappearance. Oh, the humanity! That's doesn't the other dude say, oh, the humanity too? Why, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard a commotion in the court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, slam, and some guy's face is right there in front of me. Face! So you saw someone suspicious coming your way? Yes, and I, being a bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that silk hat all the way down to the hall, sir. I have a diagram of the court building here. Ah, there's courtroom number 7. That's where I was, sir. All by myself, nary a friend to call my home. Okay, and which way did Zach Gramarye run after bursting through the courtroom door? He went up, like this, and around the corner, like that. So I, with no delay, might I add, absolutely no delay, fast as a jackrabbit. Are jackrabbits fast? I don't actually know their land speed of a jackrabbit. I've just heard that they're swift, but I've never done the research myself. I'm not even entirely sure where I would find a jackrabbit. Maybe North Dakota? South Dakota? Why are there 2 Dakotas? America's fucked. When I turned the corner, I saw that magician man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly I ran, like some sort of fast creature on land. Maybe a jackrabbit, maybe faster even. I don't know how fast they are, as previously mentioned. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. Why, I remember it like I was right here, because it was lobby number 2, sir. You ran into this room? Huh, I don't see any place to hide in here. Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here, in this very room, the magician, gone, vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke. He was just gone. That's impossible. Yes, that word. How many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying. I'm dying over here. Okay, I won't say it again, I promise. You have to admit, it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby? I searched. Oh, I searched. High and low. There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir. How can you talk so loud and still be hiding something? So Zach was in this room when he vanished. Absolutely, sir, I saw him with my own eyes, multiple. That red silk hat, that flowing cape. He ran right in here, right inside the room. Silk hat, cape, that's Zach, all right. But sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Unless he is me, and I am the magician. What? I cannot shoot a fireball, so I do not seem to be a magician. Alas. There was nothing I could do, but nothing, sir. What about now? Have any ideas? Sir! Ideas about what exactly, sir, if you don't mind me asking? I've had quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? You have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Legasp. Cyclops. Should have known. I do have to assume that, like, if you had not played the previous games, the Magatama shit is fucking really weird when it shows up. Honestly, probably the same with the weird magic powers that Apollo has. Because at least when they kind of introduce the magic stuff in the original trilogy, it feels like it's more subtle. And whereas it feels a little like random when it comes up in this game, when it's like Apollo can vibe check people and send them to the Shadow Realm. I mean, it comes across as less like it feels less magical than the Magatama stuff, I guess, but I don't know. Because in the Magatama stuff isn't even introduced until the second game, where the spiritual aspects have been more firmly established in the series. Okay, Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out. Hey, what's all the atmosphere here all of a sudden? If I've been sent to the abyss of suffering, you know something and I'm gonna find out what. Zach Gramarye vanished from this room. How'd he do it? How, sir? Well, I can't say sir. Why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something? Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here and... Listen, it was impossible. What could such a little girl possibly do anyway? What did you just say? Yuck! Sir, did I say something, sir? No, you screamed right through that megaphone of yours. There was someone else in the room, wasn't there? Sir, I'm gonna have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking. You can't do that in a private conversation. I mean, you can, but it's not a right. You're not in a court, nerd. It's okay, Meekins. You don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was here in the room that day. That's right. This little fucker, Apollo Justice, who I don't know yet. Sir, sir, I have never seen that girl until just the other day. Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it. Sir? Sir, that day, she was here in the room, sir. But he wasn't. You mean you chased her into this room, not him? Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I've learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but how was it not how to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician? 7 feet? Zach isn't that tall, is he? You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Gramery. But you saw something, and therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? I feel like I don't have anything. A trick that I'm... Oh wait, I didn't mean to back out all the way. But I'm pretty sure we don't have it, but I didn't actually want to back out. Because, I mean, there's nothing here about vanishing. So, goodbye. So far, we've acquired no evidence. Right, and co-law offices. Morning, Daddy. I'm so glad you came. You okay, Daddy? They picking on you? Ha 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 ha. I'm fine as always. The old boy is here to help me after all. You've already seen this. You've seen this relatively recently. I guess technically it's actually been probably close to a week from me, but that's beside the point. I am still going to be mad at the flashback. Well, not really mad, more just kind of that flashback didn't add anything whatsoever at all. Why is it in the game? I do not get the obsession with flashbacks. The only time... I mean, flashbacks have been used effectively like 3 times in this game, and it's been done 300 times. Actually, the only time I can think of it being used effectively... Well, there's twice. One of the flashbacks in the last chapter to when the dude talked. That one was effective when it was like, oh, when he says can't see, he's referring to the witness. That's a good flashback. And then the one in the second case about the hog and the pipe. Now that one was annoying because the idea that a pair of panties would clog up a pipe is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Have these people never touched panties? They're famously known for not being that thick. Shit's ridiculous. Plus, I don't even really think his explanation, like, because he just says it's clogged. The idea that a pair of panties would be the ones that clog it is stupid still. I'm just saying, author self-reported. I called her into my office. Seriously, there's something we need to talk about. I don't even care if they're magic. Nah, man. Panties wouldn't clog the tailpipe all the way to the point that the car wouldn't even start. That's ridiculous. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. You need to start thinking about your future. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So, you're going into the foster home. Good luck. May God be with you. I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your dad comes home. It won't be long. Then you can meet him in prison. I hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. you don't like it here, you can go wherever you like. I'm pretty sure legally they would not let her be in Phoenix's custody. I could look at some places you might like to stay at. This is so weird. What, you gonna get her a motel? What are you talking about? Hey, you know, I can get you like a week at the Motel 6, but after that, you're on your own, kid. Mr. Attorney, Dabney told me about you. He said I could trust you. Huh? Really? If I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family? I guess so. Getting weirder. Mr. Attorney, actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me... No. No, it's way too early for that, Phoenix. You can't just immediately be selling her to call you that. You gotta work up to that. Okay, say daddy. Ah, damn it. That was quick. Yeah. If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? I don't know. Do you go to school? Allegedly you go to school. I don't know if I buy it. I feel like that was just something they threw in to make it so that she's not committing a crime all the time. And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. But thanks, Daddy. They let you get away with that? I remember in my school, if you didn't eat, pay for lunch, 2 times in a row, they sent you to, the execution chamber. Yeah. Real story. In this office, it's a little blah. Yeah, I remember I didn't pay for school lunch once. I think I didn't have the money. And I mean, they make a big fucking deal. It's like the most embarrassing, dehumanizing shit. They take you out of line, and then they give you a peanut butter sandwich. That's it. That's all you get. Because they legally have to give you something. And then you have to sit away from the rest of the class too, so that they can shame you into paying money to the school. Shit's inhumane. I'm still kind of traumatized about it. It only happened to me a couple of times, I think. But I was also really young when it happened. I can't remember what. It was either I didn't pick up the money before I left or something. I don't know. But it was one time, and they made a big fucking deal about it. And you have to sit by yourself eating a peanut butter sandwich. You don't even get anything to drink. Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. I'll make it through this. Trucy, how old are you? I'm 8. Don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine. Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? So, Daddy, have you gotten fired from being a lawyer, right? You could at least kind of look aside or say or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for me, for Daddy. I mean, technically you can still practice law, maybe? I mean, you don't need a license to be an attorney. It's very strongly encouraged. Wait, is that foolish pride? Well, that Daddy always used to talk about that. Actually, that's pretty accurate. I mean, in theory, if you get convicted of murder, and you're I want this dude named Jim Bob to represent me. No, he's never been to school. Now, the judge would probably overrule you, but I think, technically, they would say, no, you can't have them as your attorney. But, I guess if the judge didn't give a shit, you could probably have Phoenix represent you. Just probably wouldn't be very smart. I don't know. I guess it depends on... I think it's one of those things that maybe varies even within countries. But I feel like that's a thing, at least in the US. You don't have to have a license to defend. To prosecute, probably, yeah. But, I think you can be, because, I mean, people can technically be their own attorneys. You know, you're never supposed to do it, and a lot of times judges actually won't even let it happen, but... Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way. I won't do, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much about law, if you were to ask some people. I mean, yeah, I don't think we've ever actually presented a legal argument in our, career. Maybe the office is maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead. You mean a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent? You got me, don't you? I'm a professional. Professional? Yup. After all, I am directly descended from the famous Zach Gramery. Directly descended? He's your father. Oh, and I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright, too. I think an 8-year-old just massacred my ego. I do like how she acts literally no different. I don't know if that's a blight on young Trucy or old Trucy. Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy, Zach Gramery? Daddy, sure thing, Daddy. Which daddy was that again? Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Gramery, and they're big. Gramerys. They were on television a lot. Haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it. Big magic happened when you put Zach and Valant Gramery together, you know. Once they made a giant waterfall right there on stage. And this giant trout swimming over the giant waterfall, did it become a giant Gyarados and destroy everyone? Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top? I wish I could have seen more Daddy's magic. Until you killed him, Phoenix Wright. I shouldn't have brought it up so soon. Wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone. Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? Haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother. But I have my magic and a great daddy, even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are gonna be okay. Wonder if she'll talk about her mother. Okay, so this is maybe how we get the mom to pop up, so we can use it in the other one. So Trucy, you're a professional? Yes, it's like that thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs? They say that? I always thought it was funny though. What was? Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid. Right. So in conclusion, you're a professional magician? That's right. Well, okay, when you say professional, do they pay you? Because you got to be paid to be a professional. Doesn't matter how good you are. Well, want to see a trick? You're going to do a magic trick? Yeah, sure, whatever. Actually, I would like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all. That's the spirit. Ready? Here goes! Ta-da! And then she disappears. It's Mr. Hat, never mind. Hey, folks, it's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's been good to be seen. Yarg! Whoa, that was startling. Okay, maybe that's our trick. The amazing Mr. Hat. Isn't he great? Your friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat at your service. He certainly makes an impression. Doesn't he? Haha, I'm so glad you like him, Daddy. But my routines do get a bit heady at times. Haha, get it? My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a friendly neighborhood heart attack. Okay, there we go. We have that for Guy. Could you tell me about your mommy, if it's okay? Mommy was so pretty until she got murdered. She was like an angel up on stage. Really shot her in the face, right in her eyeballs. Both of them. On stage, you with your daddy? Yep. He was always there with Zach and Valant smiling. But then she went away. Went away? It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back. Sent straight to the quantum realm. Never to be seen again. To the mirror dimension. I cried then, a lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here. Legasp! It's kinda looks like her, I guess. I don't know. This is your mother? She's beautiful. Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa? Thalassa Gramery. Like the sea? Poor girl. I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. Now her daddy's vanished too, right before our eyes. Hey, Daddy, you won't... Don't worry. I won't vanish. I promise. I'll just leave you alone a lot. While we're out doing cool shit like playing at the Bush Bowl Club. You can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan. Guess all I rate is as a... I think that's probably enough for today. Alright to ask you so much all at once like that. It's okay after all. We're family. Just hope you're ready. The right talent agency. So I guess that'll be our... Because I think we had to present evidence there instead of a person. So you would count as our person, presumably. Can I look at you? I saw it pop up, but I have no clue where. I don't know why it wasn't working when it was not turned, but... This is Trucy's mother. She's pretty. I got a picture on stage with Zach. Oh, she looks like a down-to-earth type, too. I guess Trucy takes after her. But are we representing anyone? Me and you, that makes two, Daddy. I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, maybe a magician, but I have no talent. Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at. Well, when you put it that way. I mean, you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This will not do. Boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket. Okay, I'll think of something. That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow. Welcome to the team, Daddy-o. The team. Right. Okay, so we have completed it. But like I wanted to look around before we left. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, she was my light. Game over. The end. Can I go back? Because I do want to look at stuff. Come on. Just let me examine. There we go. My mentor's favorite plant, Charlie. I guess watering Charlie's my only real job now. Wait, I have a child now. I can't feed Trucy like this. Probably needs more than the occasional watering too, I guess. You can still see that hotel from the window here. Yeah, well, we broke into someone's room and stole their stuff and then presented it in court. And for some reason that's okay, but accidentally presenting forged evidence is illegal. Have some fucking consistency, game. Every time I look out, I think back on those old cases. I wonder if the view looks different now that I'm not wearing my old badge. I really dig the far-out view, Daddy. Thanks. Must have learned a lot of words from our parents. An old movie poster hangs on the wall. I finally found out the title after not knowing for the longest time. I actually rented the movie the other day. Cried my eyes out. Ah, just thinking about it makes me tear up. Wait, it's just allergies, really? I should show it to her when she's a little older. Wait, what was it called again? Incredible. My desk. Not that I have any reason to sit there anymore. I guess Trucy can use it. It's great for studying math, English, geography, magic, but not law. I'm not crying to get some dust in my eye. Quite the collection of law books. My mentor bought all of them. He used to be too busy to read them. Now that I have the time to read them, there's no need. And I can't just sell them. Maybe Trucy will want to read them someday. Nah. Maybe we can sell them. It's still just desk, nothing but a phone. Alright, get me out of here. Okay, so we can go back here and blast his ass. Hey-ya! Okay, then we gotta very tediously click through everything. This is the one problem with this mechanic. Okay, yeah, Trucy. Yep, Yeah, yeah. I clicked it, nothing happened. There we go. What's that? The girl's favorite trick, the amazing Mr. Hat. You used it in her show down at the Wonder Bar. Why are you people letting a child at the bar? What is wrong with this country? Have you been to the Wonder Bar? So? It wasn't a waking dream, was it, sir? Come again? That night on stage, I saw a vision, except it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat. He really exists. Ah, I even freed from my chains. I remember it clearly, though the details are a little vague. Zach Gremory exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him in the corner room, sir. Zach Gramery, don't even think you can escape Meekins. Down your hands, full on your head. Hello? Something the matter, mister? No, that is... I'm not allowed to be within 50 feet of a child. I'm currently chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Gramery. Do you know him? I love Zach Gramery. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan. I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room. But no one's been in here except me. But he has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug. So Trucy was his accomplice. Imagine my astonished surprise when 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him! Mr. Hat. I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while, I thought I'd been a long dream. Dream that lasted a week? But it wasn't the magician who disappeared. It was Mr. Hat. Oh, I guess we'll look around before we talk to you. You know, I think this is the lobby I used for my very first case. And the second case, and the third case, and the fourth case, and the fifth case, and the sixth case, and the seventh case, and the eighth case, and the ninth case, and the 10th case, and the 11th case, and the 12th case, and the 13th case, and the 14th case, and I think that's all we've done. Guess this is technically our 15th case. On screen. Plan to see me growing from a rookie to an ace to a has-been. I hate you, Plant. Just kidding. Actually, no, because one of the cases in Phoenix Wright 3 is not us, right? It's, not Maya? Mia? Is that the adult sister's name? I think it's Mia. Yeah, because I think because I think there's 5 cases in Phoenix Wright 3, but one of them we don't do. Correct? Possibly? Possibly correct? I don't know. I actually took a nap on that couch once when I was still practicing law. Boy, was that a mistake. Never even sit on the lobby sofas now. I get the reference. I never let my clients sit on them either. It's bad luck. I remember that case. Must have seen that painting 1,000 times, but now I'd never really looked at it until now. Guess my head was too stuck in the trials. Never had time to stop and appreciate art. I have time now. Okay, let's appreciate. Actually, it's pretty lame. Damn, rude. I guess this door was officially a prop in Zach Gramery's last show. He passed through that lobby door and vanished. But to where? He choreographed that entire fateful trial according to his grand scenario. I hate magicians. Alright, what up? Though it seems complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. You were standing by the door and out came Zach. But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act, and she was standing in front of lobby number 2. Along with Mr. Hat. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? So while you're standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner, and most likely runs through the closet door into lobby number 1. That's where you come in. You turn the corner, in rather lukewarm pursuit. At that very moment, Trucy runs into lobby number 2. And then all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat. Sir, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. And I saw that cape. Zach Gramery's red cape fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir. All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries wasted. It was as if I could see them melting away, like, you know, that famous quote. An ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die. Yeah, that's the quote. Doesn't quite have the same poetic essence. Or the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait. Such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry, I had no idea how much you'd suffered on account of this case. It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many, many times, sometimes more than once. But this is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me! Actually, about that girl. I'm sort of her guardian now. Is that so? Sir, you should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbor. Okay. I let the defendant escape. That's the stone cold truth. Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Meekins. Detective Gumshoe has been fired for a decade. This is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar, if you want. It's an honor, sir. Sir, I can't count the number of things I've had taken from me, sir. But no one's ever given me anything for free. Right, I'll see you in court next time then, sir. Or I won't, since you got fired, you loser. I look forward to it. All eyes were on Zach Grimmer that day in court until his mysterious disappearance. Now part of the mystery's been revealed, but the magicians remained out of sight. It'll be 7 years before I met him again. Okay. I hit no buttons. Yeah, alright, that's cool and all, but I'm not done here. "7 years ago, Drew Studio." Wow, it's a shithole. Figured you'd come here sooner or later. I decided on sooner. Which mission was it? I haven't done anything illegal. I didn't come here to whine about past events. I wanted to ask you some questions. Suppose you have that right. That day, the entire court descended into chaos. Only you stood still, your eyes calmly watching. I admit, it made quite an impression on me. Used to find myself in outrageous situations. Phoenix, right, was it? I'll answer what I can. I'm not sure, but it feels like I'm being watched intensely. This is my daughter. Vera, say hello. Just pretend she said hello. It's gone. We can only have her on screen with that notepad for so long before we get sued by Disney, so it's vaguely ear-shaped. They will destroy us. Judging from this place, you're a painter? Not sadly a profitable one. Never sold a painting. Source of considerable embarrassment. I would be able to get by were it only me. Your daughter? Her mother grew weary of me and left. I don't want her to grow up needy, Mr. Wright. That is why I began my other occupation. Forgeries. Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what it is I do. More than half of the paintings they bring me are stolen. And who knows what my copies are used for? Getting money from rich people? At least the paintings. You know, that part, whatever. Yeah, should you be doing it? Probably not, but like, I don't care. Creating illegal evidence to be used in court to find people guilty when they're not, yeah, pretty fucking despicable. But some of your works aren't paintings, correct? And I believe me when I tell you this. That was my first work outside painting. What? I think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. Never even imagined the possibility. Then why'd you take the job? I was well paid. Very well paid. I think he feels worse about it than I do. I mean, I feel a little bit better if it's like, if he didn't know, but apparently you continue to do it, so the past is hard to escape. Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. Apologies to you, of course. Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. He's trying to forget what he made. Seems like I'll have to remind him. Get blasted? Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy, but that copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. Me! I'm the innocent man! I'm responsible too, which is why I have to know. And you have to tell me. I knew it would be difficult to escape this. And let's talk. Well then, ready to tell me about this work you did? It was unlike anything I attempted before. I guess it'd be a little different from paintings. That is not what I mean. In all my previous work, it sufficed to create a copy. This wasn't a copy? The client gave me two things that day. First is a sample page as reference. Second, a printed document I can only surmise was written by my client. To use the real writing as a reference to reproduce what the client wrote? Yes, as I said, it was my first job of that nature. So, who was your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester. I never met them. Not personally, Cyclock, of course. Seems like you're still hiding something. Something about this work. Here, have some coffee. It doesn't have any poison on it. Haha, or does it? You'll never know. I mean, I guess we should try. Even though I feel like we're missing something. You're hiding something. Allegedly. Let's hear it then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Misham? I'm sorry, but I really don't know. I never met the client. True, when I asked the client's name, there were no Cyclocks in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. Why are you doing this to me? I've made my stand, no backing down now. So what's Misham hiding? The forger, the sample, the client. Well, he is hiding the forger. I mean, we know, but is that relevant? Because, I mean, the forger is correct. Do I think the game's going to tell me it's correct? Not really, but I mean, I feel like we know it's correct. So, I mean, I guess I gotta try it. I can pretty much piece together what it is from you, what you've said. You told me what you knew about the client. I couldn't see any Cyclocks. Psycholocks? Is that some sort of asylum security or a new hairstyle, perhaps? But then they did show up, didn't they? Who is your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Why are we doing this? We literally just saw this shit. God, I hate this game. Really? Even for such a suspicious request? It was me. I want to know as much as I could about the requester. I never met them. No, not personally. Not personally. Those words trigger the Cyclocks. Yeah, but the Psycholocks. Now I really must know what they are. Are they cool? Are they like Beyblades? So you didn't meet with the client, but someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence? You're telling me the small child met? Because, like, that was the shit that I was pissed about originally. It was the idea that the 12-year-old's the one doing the mafia negotiations. Shit's dumb. Perhaps I'm hung up on this lock business. I'm afraid you've lost me. Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about Cyclocks. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I got there. And your conclusion is, the real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Misham. Poppycock. I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Made here in my studio. Drew Studio. Who else could have done it but me? That's the real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, then I don't have many other people to choose from. I mean, do we even have her? Okay, we do. Yeah, it was Thalassa. 33? Lammy Roar is 40, I think. Wasn't she 40? Was she like 41 or something? Bro. I'm pretty sure her ass was 41. Which, if you round up, you know, I know it's not technically 7 years, but it's close to fucking enough. Was she 40, though? I don't think people are allowed to be 40 in this game. I think they, like, disintegrate. In anime world? Like, you can only be under 30 or over 60. I mean, I guess this guy's 50, but, like, whatever. Shut up. You know what I mean, man. There's only young people or, like, really old people. There's no middle-aged people in anime world. The real forger is your daughter. Vera Misham, isn't it? Ridiculous. My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. Always in one more for landscapes, not surrealism. Nice comeback, but you're shaking in your boots. I've got you now. Only two people with access to the studio are you and your daughter. Cyclocks tell me you're not the forger. Makes your daughter the only possibility. Feel very much on the verge of going psycho-lock myself. Alright. I don't know how you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter, Vera, not I. Only 12. A genius, you might call her. A precocious little girl outshining her father. There's been a lot of that going around recently. I let her play in the studio and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. Drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became necessary are my little girl's playthings now. But I detect a bit of fatherly pride. So Vera is the one who made this page. Would she know who the client was then? Actually, the client came once. Here, to the studio. What? Why didn't you say so sooner? Her face was covered and they didn't want to talk to me. They talked to your daughter? See, that's what I find so fucking dumb. I'll speak only with the artist, the client told me. But, like, he's not supposed to, like, I thought, why does he know that the girl is the thing? The whole point is that he's not supposed to know the girl is the thing. That little girl might know something about him. Okay, what do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more. It was a time to turn my attention to Vera. Yeah, well, actually, I want to look around. Suppose there's no sense in rushing things. See if there's any more to get out of Daddy first. Going home by any chance? No, I was just checking out the door. Oh. Good thing I'm far too stubborn to take hints like that. What's this painting here? Kinda looks like ass. Ah, that's one of mine. It's an illustration for a book. It's not on sale yet, of course, but I thought it might be good business. As a father, I'd like to be able to put food on my daughter's table. Not a feeling I know anything about, at least not yet. No, I was clicking on the book. Paints are scattered all around, probably the ones he's currently using. There's something very artistic about a messy room. Not that this is anything compared to my office. I guess that would make my office a masterpiece. Paints and pigments are lined up on the shelves, with some noticeable gaps. It's embarrassing, but I can't afford all the paints I want. I insist on buying the ones I use with my own money. See how you'd want to do that, sure. Perhaps you've heard that you can make any color? As long as you have the 3 primary colors? Well, it's a lie. Poor guy. Maybe I'll just sidle on over here for a closer look. Sidle? However you want to say it. It's an awfully small frame. What's that inside? A stamp? Please don't touch that. I'll get in trouble. The stamp belongs to Vera, you see? I always puts it somewhere she can see it. Oh, and there's the nail polish that potentially killed her? Or is it nail polish or lip balm? Can't remember. But presumably that's how she got poisoned during the trial, with something to do with that stuff. That's Zach and Valant, the Grammys, isn't it? Post office issued the commemorative stamp last year, and the Grammys were at the height of their popularity. Not anymore. That one of them has vanished off the face of the earth. And well, one of them's kind of dead. Well, potentially was injured, but isn't actually dead because she's totally Lamrior, and I'm so smart. Vera went on to see one of their shows, and she was quite small. Been a dedicated fan ever since. Watched them every time they came on TV until the end. I see. That stamp's quite hard to come by here. Just wonder how she got her hands on it. This is you and Vera? Yes, we took that one quite recently. I know I'm a painter. Why not paint a portrait instead? Never been that good at people, unfortunately. Or animals, or inanimate objects, or landscapes. Really anything. It's a pretty bottle. Don't touch that, please. I'll get in trouble. It belongs to Vera, you see? Always puts it somewhere she can see it. She looks at it often. There's a light pink fluid inside. Nail polish. I mean, it could be nail polish, if it's poison, you like touch your lips or something. You know, it gets your ass. What's this red envelope? Don't touch that. That's, it's quite important. The painter's face just changed hues. Guess I better behave, though it's tempting to just grab it. There's some finished paintings stacked here. They don't look all that bad, really. I'll sell you one for 50 cents. That's okay. They look kind of heavy. Oh. Maybe he needs to work on his sales technique a bit? Use these gizmos for painting? They're pretty elaborate. It's a lamp. It's not that special, weirdo. Ah, those aren't for painting. They're for analyzing. Paint composition, age, every conceivable angle. Tools of the forgery trade, I guess. Alright. Close enough. I think we clicked on everything. Alright, let's talk to Vera, but I want to take a sip of the sauce first. Mr. Misham, I have a request. Let me guess. You'd like to kill me. Go ahead, do it. Take me out of this mortal coil. Can I? My daughter's never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy, extremely so actually. Only one exception. Which was, oddly enough, it was that client. I left the studio while they talked. Turned when they had finished, and she was laughing. First time I've ever seen anything of the sort. But how did he find out the little girl was the painter? I mean, I guess if you looked at this guy's drawings, it's not that crazy to assume that his ass can't draw, but like, I don't know. This seems kind of weird. Please, let me speak with her. Or at least you can't draw to that level, but I don't know. Just because you can't draw something your own doesn't mean you can't be great at copying. I don't know. I'm just annoyed by the idea of the 12-year-old's the one acting with the forgery mob. This could be tough. Vera, was it? Would you like to have a friendly chat? I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer and pianist. Still looking for the keys that say Do Re Mi, can't find them anywhere. I'm no good at this. I need something to get through to this girl. Do you have any dialogue if I look at stuff? Like if I look at this stuff again, do you say anything new? Yeah. That's an awfully small frame. There's a commemorative stamp on the Gramarys inside. It's a pretty bottle. Okay, no, it's still your dialogue. Okay, I thought maybe if we had Chickadee as like active, she would have dialogue here when you're examining, but alas, no, no. Vera, was it? Would you like to have a friendly chat? Yeah, okay, oh, so we need to like do something first? Need to present something. You like stamps? And then there's this. My stamp. Hey, she spoke! She can talk! Yeah, so this stamp. I gotta keep her talking. Great magicians, aren't they? Isn't True Grammarly amazing? Yes? I especially like those two, Zach and Valant. I mean, they're, just so magical. You haven't met one of them before, have you? Aren't they? Yeah, whenever I go to one of their shows, I'm like, wowza. Whoa, magic. You know, magic missile. Me too. I love them. They're so cool. It's like magic. Yeah. Alright, she's talking. Not saying much, but it's a start. Went and saw them with Father the other day. Opening ceremony at the Grammarly Museum of Magic. The Grammarly Museum? They got one of those? Guess it makes sense now that they have their own commemorative stamp. So have you been to one of their shows? Just once when I was little, with Father. Grammary's on stage. It was like a dream. And that lady got shot in the face. Lost both her eyeballs. and they shipped her off to a foreign country. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting apart, putting it back together, they do it all. Yeah, maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this. You know, about Zack and Valant, maybe. Sure. Alright, better get asking before she changes her mind. Okay, so we could do that, but instead, we will call things here. Next time, we will continue onwards. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.